Hello everybody and welcome to the second part of my SVG series. This is so great to have you here. Um, Today I'll be showing you how you can animate your artwork without using any third-party application. The big talk in the design industry is that you need an application that requires you to not know any code. And well, let me break it out to you. All the design tools that you've been using so far are a no-code application because you can import and export an SVG, and that, as it is a code, and you can manipulate shape, color, whatever, what have you. Okay, so let's jump right in. Don't worry about writing everything down. I made a demo, and you can download it from my comment section. So don't worry about remembering everything and stuff like that while I do that. The second thing that you need to take into consideration before you export your stuff is to name all your layers correctly. And I mean correctly, not just using layer 1, group 2, whatever. You need a proper name so you can find your elements without any problem. Okay? The second thing is that if you use Figma, select the add ID. It is turned off by default for some reason, I don't know why, but you need to turn it on. And once you do that, every layer and every group are being given an ID selector. And those ID selectors get properties which you can then animate them within the CSS.
Okay, so now it's time to actually demo what we have learned so far. Okay, this is the SVG, and as you can see, it's totally flat and it's not animated at all. Let's open up Atom app, which is a free editor app, and we're going to copy the entire SVG. And inside the HTML, we're going to put it in the body tag, like so. Okay, and now we're going to link our CSS to the HTML, and I've made a little animation for you to actually see. Okay, what this basically says is the animation. Here's the duration, which let's say it's 2 seconds. It has an ease. It goes indefinitely, and it just runs like so. And it has the fade property, which is this one in the keyframes. Now basically you can make the keyframes go from 0 to 100, which is what it says right here, from and to. Okay, let's save this style CSS and then open it up in our favorite browser, like so. Okay, which is nice. Okay, it's not the best animation, but let's play around with it. So I'm gonna right click and inspect it, go to sources. Now in this case the style CSS and the HTML are synced, but in case they aren't, you need to go to your folder and just drag this out to this gray area. Okay, and once it does that, you need to click the allow. Okay, let's close this up. Okay, cool. So now let's delete this rotate thing and just go to scale, and I'm gonna change the scale to, let's say, 0.4. Okay, so it goes really small, from big to small. Okay, now as you can see, the animation cuts right in. Okay, but you can actually change that by clicking for words, and then it's supposed to be alternate, and then as you can see, it goes from big to small. How cool is that, huh? Now let's see how the changes have been made. As you can see, everything is synced. So we have the alternate and the fade. Okay, let's do another one. Let's say I'm gonna do perspective. What is that? Okay, let's do perspective, and then as you can see, I'm just playing around with the parameters. Nothing really special. Okay, nothing happened. Maybe I'm gonna do it from this to like 900. Nope, nothing happens. Let's try matrix. Okay, let's see what's that. Okay, as you can see, the inspect knows exactly uh, what kind of parameters you can use. So now that we're happy with this hideous result, and we want to actually embed this animation inside the SVG, what we can do now is actually go ahead and open up our SVG, which is totally flat, and then open up in Atom, like so. And then I'm gonna do a little tag called style. Close it up by style. And inside this style, I'm gonna import the entire CSS properties. Like so. I'm gonna save it. And now we're gonna see the entire animation within the SVG. Now the problem is, if you actually open it up in Chrome and try to achieve the very same thing, let's say we want to actually use the animations panel, more tools, animations, we don't see anything because actually we can see everything, but if we do some changes, they cannot be saved. Okay, I'm trying to enlarge this. All the properties has been changed and nothing happens. Whereas in HTML and CSS, you can actually go ahead, click this one right here, more tools, animations, and then we can just bump this up like so. It says 9,000 milliseconds, refresh, and it has been saved, right? So we can do all sorts of stuff like, you know, letting it say, I'll start from this point, this animation. Okay? Another thing that you can do is go to the CSS that I've made earlier and just go to the SVG itself and paste the entire properties inside the style tag. I'm gonna save that, go to the Vampy, and now we have all our layers being animated. How cool is that? Very nice stuff.
Now, do take into consideration that using a couple of animations at the same time will require a much CPU power, and your fan may spin really loudly. So take that into consideration when you build your stuff. Anyway, I hope this was very valuable to you, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.